The lights blaze down on the ring, washing the canvas in white as the crowd hums with anticipation. That familiar heavyweight electricity crackling through the arena. This isn't just another fight night. This is a proving ground. On one side stands Carlos Takam, the rugged, battle-hardened warrior representing France by way of Cameroon. A man forged in tough fights and unforgiving rounds, known for strength, grit, and a willingness to stand his ground. Across from him is Joseph Parker, the bright rising star from New Zealand, a heavyweight prospect whose name is starting to echo far beyond the Pacific. Parker carries youth, speed, and expectation on his shoulders, the promise of what he could become if tonight goes his way. Vegas is watching, the boxing world is watching, and Parker, still early in his career, is stepping into the deep end against a man who does not break easily. Takam is not here to play a supporting role. The lights inside the arena burn hot, cutting through the darkness like a spotlight on destiny itself. Thousands of fans rise to their feet, the sound rolling like thunder, a mix of anticipation, nerves, and belief. This is not just another fight night. This is Latino night, a stage heavy with history, pride, and expectation. In one corner stands Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez of Mexico, a former super middleweight king, now carrying his ambition into the unforgiving waters of cruiserweight, chasing greatness across divisions. 33 years old, calm in expression, but fierce in intent, he carries the weight of a nation that expects brilliance. Across the ring is Chris Billam-Smith, the WBA cruiserweight champion, a lifelong cruiser, battle-tested, durable, and proud, representing England with quiet toughness and stubborn resolve. He is not flashy. The opening bell slices through the noise, and immediately the contrast in styles becomes clear. Parker moves lightly, bouncing on the balls of his feet, testing range with a probing jab, showing that trademark hand speed that has left so many opponents scrambling. Takam, by contrast, stalks forward with patience, shoulders rolled, guard tight, inching closer step by step, daring Parker to commit. The early moments are a chess match. Parker circling, Takam cutting the ring, both men searching for tells, rhythm, weaknesses. Parker fires quick single shots, sharp and crisp, but Takam absorbs them without panic, determined not to rush. The crowd responds to every clean connection, every near miss, every sudden burst of movement. Parker's jab snaps out, then a right hand follows, but Takam slips just enough, forcing Parker to reset. Inside, Takam tries to lean, to crowd, to make Parker feel his weight, but Parker spins out, refusing to be pinned down.
There's tension in Parker's patience. He wants to impress, but he also understands the danger in overcommitting. Takam throws a wide right, not reckless but probing, reminding Parker that mistakes will be punished. The round settles into a rhythm of cautious engagement, Parker scoring with speed and accuracy, Takam applying pressure and making every exchange physical. Neither man dominates outright, but the message is clear. Parker can't simply outbox without resistance, and Takam can't afford to fall behind by letting Parker dictate everything. As the bell ends the round, the audience senses it. This fight will not be easy for either man. The groundwork is being laid, and the questions are beginning to form.
As the fight progresses into the middle rounds, the tempo subtly changes. Parker begins to mix his shots more intelligently, doubling the jab, slipping in sneaky punches to the body, showing a maturity beyond his years. But Takam, ever resilient, starts finding moments of success by timing Parker's movement. A heavy right hand clips Parker as he retreats, not enough to drop him, but enough to draw a reaction from the crowd and a reminder that Takam's power is real. Parker, momentarily caught between aggression and caution, hesitates, and Takam senses it. He steps forward, throwing in bursts, forcing Parker backward for the first sustained moments of the fight. The arena grows louder as Takam digs to the body, thudding shots that echo through the microphones. Parker's composure is tested here. He's moving backward, forced to defend, forced to think. As the referee calls them to center ring, reminding them to obey commands and protect themselves at all times, the gloves touch briefly. A moment of respect before violence. 12 rounds are scheduled, and both men know exactly what is at stake. Legacy, unification, and a place among the elite of the division. The bell rings, slicing through the noise, and suddenly the roar becomes focused, intense, electric. Ramirez steps forward with confidence, southpaw stance set, eyes sharp. Billam-Smith mirrors him, upright, chin high, ready to test his will. From the very first seconds, you can feel it. This is not a sprint. It is a war of attrition, skill, and belief, unfolding under the brightest lights with nowhere to hide. The early rounds unfold like a chess match played with fists. Ramirez begins by establishing rhythm, using his long arms and smooth footwork to probe, touching with the jab and testing angles. His left hand flashes early, not thrown wildly but placed with intent, reminding Billam-Smith that every mistake will be punished. Billam-Smith, to his credit, does not retreat. He answers with body shots, digging to the ribs, trying to sap the strength from the bigger man who has moved up in weight. The crowd reacts sharply to every clean connection, applause echoing as leather snaps against flesh. Ramirez circles, occasionally pausing to plant his feet and fire a straight left down the middle, forcing Billam-Smith to reset. The Englishman keeps his chin high, sometimes too high, relying on toughness and heart rather than pure defense. You can sense the tension building. The referee watches closely as the clinches grow heavier, the exchanges rougher. This is heavyweight boxing at its rawest, not just power, but will. Parker lands a sharp right hand that snaps Takam's head back, earning applause, but Takam answers with a thudding body shot that draws a collective groan. The judges are watching closely now, tallying rounds that are far from clear-cut. This is where prospects are separated from contenders. Parker's youth shows in his speed. Takam's experience shows in his patience. The fight is tightening, and with every passing minute, the stakes rise. As the later rounds approach, fatigue begins to creep in, subtle at first, then undeniable. Parker's bounce slows slightly, his movements less fluid, but his focus remains sharp. Takam's breathing is heavier, yet his determination never wavers. He continues to stalk, to pressure, to test Parker's resolve. Both men dig deep now, fighting through exhaustion and discomfort. Parker lands a clean combination, then immediately pivots away, refusing to stand still. Takam answers with raw persistence, stepping through punches to land heavy shots of his own. The crowd senses the effort behind every movement, every swing. This is no longer about flash, it's about survival and composure. Parker shows intelligence, choosing moments carefully, scoring with clean punches that catch the judge's eyes. Takam, meanwhile, banks on aggression, hoping to steal rounds by forcing exchanges and visibly pushing the fight. Sweat pours, muscles tighten, and the pace slows just enough to make every punch feel heavier. Neither man is close to being stopped, but both are clearly working at their limits. This is the proving ground Parker needed. A fight that asks not just if he can punch, but if he can endure. In the final rounds, urgency takes over. Takam knows he needs something significant. A dominant stretch, a moment that leaves no doubt. He presses forward with renewed aggression, throwing combinations in bursts, hoping to overwhelm Parker. Parker, aware of the danger, tightens up defensively, countering when openings appear, refusing to be drawn into reckless exchanges. A sharp right hand from Parker lands clean, followed by a quick left, and the crowd erupts. Takam responds immediately, bulldozing forward, forcing Parker to move, to think, to survive. This is where Parker's composure shines brightest. He doesn't wilt, he doesn't run blindly. He boxes with purpose, even as fatigue weighs him down. Takam lands another solid shot, but Parker absorbs it and fires back, showing that he's still very much in control of himself. The seconds tick away, and the sense grows that Parker has answered the questions that once lingered over him. The final bell looms, and both fighters summon whatever energy remains. Parker puts on a brief display, landing clean punches, moving smoothly, showing the crowd his skill one last time. Takam, ever proud, refuses to back down, throwing until the final second. The crowd rises as the bell finally sounds, applause pouring down from all sides. Both men have given everything. Youth tested, experience challenged. There is respect in the air now, a shared acknowledgement of the battle fought. Parker exhales deeply, hands on hips, knowing he's been through something meaningful. Takam nods, aware that he pushed a young fighter to his limits.